Once upon a time, in a city by the sea, there were two friends who were very close. They did everything together and always helped each other. One day, they decided to go to the beach to collect conch shells. They planned to sell the shells at the market to make some extra money for themselves. Early in the morning, they set out for the beach. The sun was just rising, and the air was fresh. They were excited as they walked along the shore, looking for conch shells. The beach was quiet except for the sound of the waves gently hitting the sand. As they were searching, the first friend spotted a large, beautiful conch shell half buried in the sand. He quickly picked it up, feeling happy and lucky. It was the biggest and most beautiful shell he had ever seen, and he knew it would sell for a good price. When the second friend saw this, he started to feel a bit jealous. He thought to himself, "My friend found such a big conch shell. If he sells it, he will earn a lot more money than me." This thought bothered him, and he decided that he too must find an even bigger conch shell so he could earn more money. Determined, the second friend began searching the beach more intensely. He walked further away, keeping his eyes fixed on the sand, hoping to find a bigger conch shell. As he searched, he found many small conch shells, but each time he picked one up, he would throw it away, thinking, "This is too small. I need to find a bigger one." Meanwhile, the first friend continued to collect all the conch shells he found, both big and small. He didn't worry about whether they were large or not. He just gathered them all, knowing that each shell had some value. The day went on, and the sun climbed higher in the sky. The second friend became more and more focused on finding a big conch shell. He walked for hours, throwing away every small shell he found because he was so determined to find the perfect one. As the afternoon turned into evening and the sky began to darken, the beach became empty. The second friend realized that he had spent the whole day searching, but he still hadn't found the big conch shell he wanted. Not only that, but he had thrown away all the small conch shells he had picked up earlier. Now, he had nothing to show for his efforts. The first friend, on the other hand, had collected a bag full of conch shells, both big and small. As night fell, the two friends met up again to go home. The first friend's bag was heavy with all the shells he had collected, while the second friend's bag was almost empty. On their way home, the first friend decided to stop at the market to sell his conch shells. The merchant was impressed with the large conch shell and offered him 1,000 rupees for it. The first friend was happy with the price, but when the merchant saw the smaller conch shells, he offered 3,000 rupees for them, saying, "These smaller shells are rare and very valuable right now." The first friend couldn't believe his luck. He had made a total of 4,000 rupees, much more than he had expected. As they continued walking home, he told his second friend about the good fortune. The second friend felt very sad when he heard this. He realized that if he hadn't thrown away those small conch shells, he could have made a lot of money too. The second friend was disappointed, not only because he didn't earn any money, but also because he realized that he had made a mistake. He had been so focused on finding something big that he ignored the small opportunities right in front of him. If he had just kept the small shells, he would have earned something instead of nothing. The first friend, seeing how sad his friend was, tried to comfort him. He said, "Don't be too hard on yourself. We all make mistakes. But today, we learned something important. Sometimes when we focus too much on finding something big, we forget about the small things that also matter." The small conch shells you threw away today could have added up to something significant. It's not always about finding the biggest or the best, but about appreciating what you have. The second friend nodded, understanding his friend's wise words. As they continued their walk home under the starry sky, he thought about all the small things he had ignored, not just on the beach, but in life too. He decided that from now on, he would pay more attention to the small things, knowing that they too have value and can lead to bigger things in the future. So, the two friends walked home, their footsteps in the sand, a reminder of the lesson they had learned. The second friend, though still a bit disappointed, felt better knowing he had learned something valuable. In life, it's easy to overlook the small things when we're chasing something big. But as this story shows, those small things often add up. and ignoring them can lead to missed opportunities. The two friends' experience on the beach teaches us to value every opportunity, big or small, and to appreciate what we have. So, next time you find yourself searching for something big, remember to look around and see the small treasures right in front of you. They might be more valuable than you think.